So this is exciting, Batman and Harley Quinn.
I know.
That's a weird combination.
Isn't it fun?
So how are you feeling?
But what's fun about it is it's the lightness and the dark, and also it's strong females and strong males. So it's a really balanced film for the audience.
So because
To kind of deadpan it, and that's his version of comedy, underplaying things, and that's fun. But there's a new series we're doing, Justice League Action. I'm doing Batman in that. There's a lot of comedy in that, and in that one I really do get to play more comedy. That's fun.
And on the flip side, you did spots you've done Injustice 2 and played so incredibly dark.
Yeah.
And so how does that feel to be, kind of the approach, how do you prep? And you've done a lot of different versions of Batman and been the consistency through it, but how does it change for you?
The trick to me for 25 years has been to keep it consistent, to keep it truthful, not let it get stale. And the way to do it is to always go back to the childhood trauma of losing his parents, because that's what inspired the voice for me. That dark, gritty. I mean, that's where that voice came out. And as long as I keep putting myself there emotionally, it remains spontaneous. And it's worked. Bruce is very critical, and he'll tell you when you're not there. And he's told me that I've remained very consistent. So I'm proud of that. But then in these later versions where you get to play more comedy, it's just fun, because as an actor, you like to be challenged, and you like to play some of the lighter colors in a character. So that's been fun for me, without losing the darkness.
So I know that we were hearing about how Nightwing, you have this different relationship, kind of, more equal.
Yeah,
and
he's
then,
grown
of course,
up.
right?
Yeah.
And then Harley, there's the tension there. So then we've got Poison Ivy as well. Can you talk a little bit about all Batman's relationships in this one?
They're all driving him crazy. He's trying to juggle all these personalities. Nightwing has grown up. He's become more of his own man. Harley's being completely unpredictable. And Poison Ivy is, trying to destroy the world. For all the right reasons, she thinks, So he's got to be the sane center of all that. So actually there's a lot of humor in dealing with that stuff, because it's so insane. But I think it really works.
Was it nice to go from the seriousness of the Killing Joke to something like this?
It really was. I love doing Killing Joke. I thought Mark just hit a home run with that performance. He was wonderful, and I was proud of my work in it. It was, but boy, talk about dark. That was so dark. Actors love to stretch. They just do. Especially stage actors. They like to try different roles on, show different sides of what they can play. So it's fun for me within the same character of being able to go to something as dark as The Killing Joke, and then to play some of the absurdity of Batman Harley Quinn.
How much are you changing the inflection of the character between the darkness and the light, or is it simply
character's
flowing through the script?
The character's consistent. He has to remain consistent. That's what makes it funny. He's consistent. That's how you play comedy. You play the truth, and the world is absurd around you. You know what I mean? If you start playing the absurdity, it's not funny anymore. So he's, Mr. Centered, Mr. Rooted, Mr. And everyone else is bouncing off the walls, and he's like looking at them like, good Lord. And that's funny.
Well, you just referenced that it's been 25 years, maybe 26. I mean, you are not just playing an icon, you've kind of become an icon in the role.
No, thank you.
How does that feel as a responsibility? And you'll be doing this for another decade, another 25?
What's amazing about it is the wonderful thing about coming to Comic-Cons is you get to interact with the audience. But the stories that I hear of people, I've had people say, just hold me. And I hold them and they start crying. And they say, you don't understand the kind of child that I am. And you were my safe harbor. You were what got me through a horrible childhood. one young woman who's a professional now. She said, "I'm the only one that got out of the projects on the south side of Chicago, the building I was in. Everyone I grew up with is either dead or in prison." She said, "I had Batman every afternoon when the rest of them were out in the streets getting in trouble." She said, "And you taught me the difference between right and wrong." And it's such a, and they're putting that on me, and I always say to these people, you got you out of that situation, You're the one who's responsible for that, and God bless you for it. And they go, "No, but it was Batman." And I say, "Well, that's wonderful that you associate that with Batman, and that you associate me with the character. I'm so honored. But you're the one who did that." But everyone needs that role model. Everyone needs a role model, and a lot of kids don't have them now. They're growing up in either broken homes or no homes. And Batman is a wonderful safe harbor for a lot of challenged kids. And it's, God, I can't think of something I'd be more proud of to be associated with. Is that good?
That's really good.
Oh, good.
Just reflect a bit on Adam West and maybe some of the influences that you took from him and what it was like to work with him.
The influence, I think the most important influence I got from Adam was, and I don't mean this in a pejorative sense, be humble. I mean that in an ennobling sense. He was so humble without being self-effacing. You know what I mean? He knew his worth, but he didn't flaunt it. You know what I mean? He didn't play the star. He was just always happy to be there for a day's work. He was always appreciative of a day's work and gave it 100%. Ephraim was the same way. And that's just an old school of acting that is just so, I think, refreshing, to be around people who are that noble enough to be humble.
Last question.
I think I just did it.
I mean,
Is there another one?
Here's one more. What was the most challenging in this iteration of Batman that you played? Did you hit a particular challenge that you haven't before?
Well, the challenge in this one would have been playing the lighter part while keeping the dark rooted in Batman. Because your temptation as an actor is to ham it up. You know what I mean? Just like people, You just want to go there because you're sort of winking at the audience. And the temptation was to not let myself do it.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Thank
It was a
you.
pleasure.
Great. Thanks.